Okay, growth mindset. I know you see that. We kind of discussed it a little bit, but that's that self-education stuff. Like I said, I didn't know what I was doing being an author, man. In my first, I already got it uploaded on Amazon. I got copies printed, ordered 100 more. I started putting it on Ingram Spark this morning. Tons of stuff. I didn't know how to do this stuff. But you know what? Ain't nobody gonna do it for me. And I'm not gonna let somebody do something for me. Hold on. Everybody gotta listen to this. That I don't understand completely. Never will I do that. Investment group. Ooh-wee. That's growth, ain't it? See what I'm saying? That's skin in the game. Like, I'm not going to let somebody do something that I don't understand. Woo! Now, how many things we allow people to do that we have no clue about, but hey, you know, they're entrusted. Not just business. Think about that. But that helps us with that support of the next generation. Is that if people are doing things and they don't understand it, and I take it upon myself to make sure I help them, I need to understand it fully. Then I need to tell their butts to sit down and listen. If not, they remove themselves from the space, no matter the title. And it's okay, because everybody's human. First, it's okay. It's okay. It's painful, yeah, because we're conditioned to say, man, I'm not supposed to reject my... You're not rejecting it. They're rejecting themselves. Whoa. See what I'm saying? Because they don't like the space they're in. So they remove themselves. You got nothing to do with it. You ain't even got to say a word about it. The only word come out of your mouth is the growth, the expectation. This, what did you offer up? So you see how it goes on anything? You can put it on anything. And it's okay, because if you don't, you're not going to change a generation. You're going to sit there and be actively a participant of the degradation of that generation. You're going to actively participate in that. Why? Because you know. I can go right back to that. I'm not saying anything that don't go together. Because you know. So if you have money, if you have a purpose, and you have things, but you show people that you do, look at me, you're not helping. Because that feeds right into the narrative. Let me be like my daddy. Look at him. Oh my God, look at it. And dad ain't even taught the son how to do math. But he knows math. Because you know. See what I'm saying? That's important. When you come together, guess what? You got to roll your sleeves up. Quick story. I was in the Army for a while, but I had this task, and they said, Lee, you're the person we want to do it because we know you know how to do it, because you know opened your mouth enough and we've seen what you do. We want you to create this. And creating that thing was back in 2020, no, it was 2003 or 4. And you remember we were going to Iraq a lot, right? And they were killing soldiers on the highways. IEDs, everybody's heard of those things. And they didn't have any tactical way, operational way to avoid it, or to be, ready and to increase the survivability of the soldier, because they were dying like that. Oh, IED, missing legs, you're pulling your battle buddies off the ground, you're throwing them on the truck, and they in 10 damn pieces, right? Okay, go create this. And I was working with a captain and a major, right? And this was at Fort Stewart, Georgia, in Savannah, or near Savannah. I think it's Hinesville. And I had a major part of it, like get it out there on the ground, create it on the ground, test it on the ground, so when people come through, have it to where they come through and they get the true live experience, live bullets, everything, right? Never done it before. But the major, man, we was working at 2 a.m, come back at 6. Drive 30 minutes home, right? So that's an hour you give up, off the hook. So you're 3 hours. And by the time you get there, you look cross-eyed. If you take a shower, you take it, which most folks should always. By the time you lay down, you got maybe 2 hours an hour and a half to get some rest, and you back on it. You know, he was tired one day. We're all tired, man. He was like, hey, you know, got to roll our sleeves up. I remember that. That helped me deal with my tiredness and not think about it because it was not about me. So you're going to work hard all day. You're going to be putting up with your family, working and doing, you got 1,000 things going on. You're going to be, man, I'm over here. You know, my job got me locked down. I can't make it. It's late. I don't know if I want to do it. You're going to be like, my supporting family driving me crazy. Everybody wants something. Roll your sleeves up. Because it's not about you. It's about what you're creating so that stuff around you get it. So they can change at as young as age as possible so you're not 50 and 60 and 40 and 30 figuring it out, saying, oh man, I'm tired of chasing that carrot. That carrot stank. Well, that's important. And I'm going to say this couple, I got a couple of stories, but my dad is, you guys got to look at my YouTube channel that's on there. You really got to look at it. My dad, man, he's like 76. Dad has been through all kinds of crap. And we were talking this past week or so, and we brought up something about, well, I got one of my friends, he's in the military. He called me when I was with Dad, and he was like, hey, Lee, have you seen this video? I was like, what are you talking about? Because he believes in conspiracy stuff. 100%. He loves it. But he's a ordained minister, doctor's degree, everything. But conspiracy, yeah. And I don't dismiss anything because something has some truth, right? And we were talking, and he was talking about angels and stuff like that. And Dad and I would start talking about, I think it was the Tower of Babylon, right? Is that it? That King Solomon was trying to build to get to heaven, right? I'm decent with the Bible. I'm decent. And he was like, yeah, man, they wasn't supposed to see God. This is Dad not talking. I'm like, yeah. I said, because technically it's impossible to build it up high enough, right? Because gravity will take it at some point. And then you can't breathe at another point. I said, yep. I said, and Dad was talking about how he, bring them all down and confuse everybody. I said, Dad, what if God was saying, you're focused on the wrong thing? What you're trying to do is not in par with your capability and what you can truly do. And what did God do? God said, you know what? I'm going to make all y'all speak different languages. And I'm going to show you what you can do. Look at the world now. People are not worrying about one tower. But let me put you in your true capability. That's why we're here today. What you can truly do. That's why you got to know your why. What you've been universally blessed with doing. You got to roll them sleeves up, man, and get it. You got to make sure that you know your why, and people around you know that you're striving to know your why. It's not rejection. It's support. Technically, they should sacrifice for you. I think it goes, both directions. But usually it doesn't, because the conditioned mind says you're being selfish, right? So people will say you're being selfish. Don't worry about that. The bond.